Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. It was written almost 100 years ago, but it paints this picture of the future that feels, well, a little too close for comfort. Imagine a world with absolutely no pain, no poverty, no war. Sounds amazing, right? But what's the catch? That's what we're going to get into today. We'll unpack some of the novel's most unsettling ideas and see what they might mean for us, right now.
So let's just dive right in with the big one. This is really the question the whole book revolves around. Would you trade your freedom for guaranteed happiness? Seriously, think about it. A life where you're never sad, never poor, never heartbroken, but you also don't really get to choose anything. Would you take that deal? Because that's the bargain at the heart of the Brave New World.
So what does this perfect world actually look like? On the surface, it looks like a total utopia. Everything is engineered for stability and just pure contentment. But how on earth did they pull that off?
Okay, the promises they make are, well, they're pretty incredible. You can't deny it. Their big motto is community, identity, stability. And they've delivered. There's no war, no one's poor, no one gets sick. You don't even have to deal with getting old. Life is just one long stream of fun and entertainment. It really sounds like they've solved every single major problem humanity has ever had.
So how do they do it? Well, it all starts at a place called the Hatchery and Conditioning Center, and this is where things get weird. Human life is basically an assembly line. People aren't born, they're grown in bottles. They're genetically engineered into 5 different social classes, or castes, from the super smart alphas at the top all the way down to the epsilons who do the grunt work. And right from the get-go, they're conditioned, psychologically programmed to love their job and their place in the world.
Creepy, right?
But of course there's a catch, a big one. This perfect world, it comes at a huge cost. This guaranteed happiness is tempting, for sure, but to get it, you have to give up a whole lot of what actually makes us, well, human. So what's the real price tag on this utopia?
And here it is, laid out plain and simple, the great trade-off. On one hand, you get happiness, stability, comfort, a life with absolutely zero pain. Sounds great, but what you lose, that's the scary part. You lose your freedom, your individuality. You lose deep emotions, no real love, no grief, nothing that makes life truly rich. Heck, they even get rid of real art and challenging science because it might rock the boat. They've basically traded the beautiful, messy chaos of being human for a life that's easy and predictable.
So what happens if, a little bit of sadness or anxiety starts to creep in? No problem. That's what Soma is for. It's the government's perfect drug. All the happiness with zero hangover. The government hands it out like candy, and it just instantly smooths over any bad feelings. Feeling a little down? Pop some Soma. Go on a little Soma holiday. It's the ultimate pacifier, and of course, the ultimate tool for keeping everyone docile and under control.
You'd think a system this perfect would be, well, perfect. But it's not. Even in this super-controlled world, there are people who just don't quite fit. The square pegs in the round holes. These are the ones who start to question things, who feel like something is missing, who want more than just mindless pleasure.
And we see this through a few key characters. You've got Bernard Marx, an alpha who just feels like an outcast and starts to doubt the whole system. Then there's Helmsworth Watson, a super talented writer who realizes his art is totally meaningless. And the real game changer is John, who they call the Savage. He grew up outside this so-called civilization, and when he's brought in, his perspective just blows the lid off how empty and shallow this perfect world really is.
Now, this is where Huxley's vision gets really, really interesting and kind of scary. What makes it so unique is how the government keeps control. It's not with guns or spies or fear, and that's a huge difference from that other famous dystopia you're probably thinking of. Right. Think about George Orwell's 1984. In that world, control is all about pain, surveillance, Big Brother watching your every move. It's about what we fear. But Huxley, he flips that completely on its head. In Brave New World, control comes from pleasure, from endless distractions, from constantly buying new things. His warning isn't that what we fear will ruin us, it's that what we love will be our downfall.
And that brings us to right now. Why are we still talking about a book written way back in 1932? Because it feels more relevant than ever. Huxley wasn't just writing a crazy sci-fi story, he was holding up a mirror and giving us a serious warning.
Here's the really chilling part. Huxley's biggest fear wasn't some evil dictator forcing people into line. No, his fear was that we would become so obsessed with trivial fun and mindless entertainment that we'd just happily give away our freedom. That we'd get so comfortable, we'd actually start to love the things that keep us trapped.
Sound familiar? I mean, think about it. How much do we rely on our tech just to feel comfortable and connected? What about our culture of constantly needing the next new thing? Or the way algorithms online can nudge our behavior without us even realizing it? And the big one? How often do we choose the easy, fun distraction over facing a difficult truth? The echoes are, well, they're pretty loud, aren't they?
So, I want to leave you with the same question we started with, but maybe it feels a little different now. In our own lives, in our own search for happiness, for comfort, for an easier life, how much of our freedom have we already traded away? And maybe the scarier question is, did we even notice? That, right there, is the timeless, terrifying warning of Brave New World.